Hey, welcome. You must be Nathan.
Hey, yeah, how's it going?
Pretty good. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
So, Nathan, please tell me how you refer to our services here.
Actually, my in-laws found your services online and then called and helped me set up an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are we helping you out with today?
I mean, just briefly, I would say I've just been having a hard time adjusting. I think I moved here from Australia in 2012, and I haven't been able to find a job, and I'm really depressed. I think I'm just not having a good time.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. One of the things that we will talk about here is, different ways on how both of us can find a way to alleviate that, to help you out with that. But, before we get into the actual nitty gritty, I do have to tell you a little bit about our services. I need to make you aware that I am practicing under the license of my supervisor. I am a student intern myself.
Okay.
That also all our treatment team members here are mandated reporters. So this means that, under the state laws, some of the stuff that we do talk about, if it is outside that range, I will have to report.
Mm-hmm.
And, that information, of course, if you reveal anything about, child abuse, whether you were a suspect of it or actual child abuse from it, physical abuse, sexual abuse, or neglect, incidents involving the elderly, any type of abuse with elderly, if you're planning on harming yourself or if you're planning on harming others. Okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The other thing I also want to let you know that, going through this treatment, we do want you to benefit from it,
Mm.
but at the same time, there isn't any implied or expressed guarantee that you will. Okay? So, of course, our ultimate goal here is, to better benefit you, but that, sometimes might not always happen.
Okay.
The other thing that I want to make you aware is, at any time, you can stop your treatment. If you feel that this isn't helping you, you can, stop any type of services.
Sure.
At the same time.
Okay.
At that same time, we have the right to refuse, you have the right to refuse any type of recommendations or any psychological interventions or any type of treatment program as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright.
Yep.
And then the last thing, of course, is, that you're voluntarily here and that you are agreeing that you're going to be receiving, diagnostic assessments, behavioral coaching from us, crisis intervention, consulting, and
Mhm.
referrals to other professionals possible. Okay?
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Perfect. So if you'd like to just,
Yeah,
I can
just
sign
sign right
your
here.
signature there.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much. So you had mentioned to me that your in-laws were the ones that referred you to our services.
Yeah.
Please tell me a little bit more about your family dynamics.
Okay.
Are you?
So, I actually married someone from here. I grew up in Australia, and we got married out there. And then she wanted to come home, miss her family and everything, so we moved here in 2012. And it's just been really rough since then. We're living with my in-laws, and they said it was kind of cool that we live with them for as long as it takes to get on our feet. But man, I just can't find a consistent job. can't do it, and that's kind of what's causing all the problems, I think.
I see. So what I am hearing is that, you know, you're having a difficult transition coming from one place onto a completely different other place. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, definitely, that's it. Yeah.
Well, it does take definitely some courage from just leaving, you know, your home, coming into a whole new other place where, you know, different customs, different traditions, you know. That's very courageous of you. Very courageous of you.
Thank you. Yeah.
While you and your wife were living in Australia, was there any, you know, previous mental health issues or anything that you could think of that you might have been?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. I mean, I was doing my law degree and I completed it. So things were good, you know. I was a student, she was working at the time. But now that I moved here, I mean, I have a law degree and I moved to a different country, and so I can't even use that degree. I would have to pretty much go and get another one. And I was, you know, I mean, obviously I wasn't anticipating that, you know, I wasn't expecting to move here when I started that degree. So, no, honestly, I think the move, you know, nothing was wrong before the move, with my mental health.
Okay. Well, one accomplishment definitely is, you know, you have that law degree, you have that motivation that you can apply, you know, in other programs that we can possibly work out for you. So, as far as you and your wife, do you have any children? Is it just?
No kids. It's just us two, and we're both living with her in-laws, and she's going to school at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, she doesn't really have any income, and I have barely any income. So
She's pursuing, you know, I'm assuming to better herself, better your guys' situation as well.
right.
Outside of your law degree, tell me, you said you're earning a little income. What other things do you do?
You know, at the moment I'm just getting temp jobs through temp agencies. I've done things like office work. I did some like warehouse jobs, but you know, even though they're good for a while, it's not really what I want to be doing, and it doesn't last very long. So it's kind of a hopeless situation. I can't even use my degree to help me that much. So I don't know. I'm kind of lost, I guess.
We'll definitely, you know, dive into some other avenues to try to see what we can, you know, find for yourself. You know, like I mentioned, that motivation for you to just get that law degree. Wow, that's amazing right there.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you know, you've been having these depressed symptoms. You know, what's an average day for you? You know.
Well, usually I will sleep in. I mean, if I don't have a job, and lately I haven't had any work. So yeah, usually I'll like sleep in till lunchtime, and then I'll get up and hang out and watch TV and eat and play video games, because I like the game. I'm a big gamer, so so yeah, and I'll just kind of play games all night and stay up really late till like maybe 3 a.m. and do the same thing. So sometimes I'll have like some drinks at night. Yeah, that's what it's been recently.
These drinks, can you tell me a little bit more about the type of drinks?
I just drink beer. I don't drink Fosters. That's a myth. So yeah, I'll just drink like light beer. Well, sometimes, but yeah, usually I have a few. And lately I've been drinking more than usual, just because I don't know, got nothing else to do.
So,
So.
and then can you tell me what a few is, and then more than usual, quantity wise?
Maybe like usually it's 3 or 4, but recently I've been getting pretty drunk for like the last month, I think, and that's actually why my in-laws looked up this place to refer me to, because it was kind of getting out of hand. And I agree, but I don't think it was gonna, like, I mean, you know, it's never been an issue for me. I just think it's like a temporary thing. So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have some really supportive in-laws, you know,
Mhm.
not everybody's fortunate enough to have, you know, that support. You know, people see that, you know, somebody's going, you know, having a rough time, you know, some people will just let that slip by, but your in-laws, it seems like you really have like that good support, that good, somebody to look out for your well-being.
I mean, they're pretty cool. I think, you know, they appreciate me because I moved back to the States and brought their daughter back, you know, close to home, and so they kind of appreciate that sacrifice. But I mean, that's gonna wear out soon enough. They're gonna get sick of me, so they're supportive for now. Yeah, they're very supportive.
That's good. And your wife, I'm assuming same way, she's very supportive?
Yeah, I mean, she definitely is grateful that I did this. You know, I moved here for her, but I think, you know, she's just kind of getting sick of me drinking and not doing anything and hanging out in the room and playing games all night. So yeah, I mean, she's getting pretty tired of that. I think everyone is. I am. So yeah.
Has that caused any tension between you two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we get. Like I'm really irritable.
Okay.
I think. Just because of my situation, and she doesn't like how I'm acting, but she kind of understands what I'm going through. But we'll like argue, and I'll get snappy and stuff, and just, you know, I mean, that's it. It's just kind of, we're not doing that great right now. I mean, it's just kind of tension. Yeah.
Well, it seems like you have made the effort to come in to try to save that relationship as well. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a very good thing. Now I am going to ask you, you know, some people, you know, some difficult questions, I should
Mhm.
say. Please be honest with me. You know, I want to let you know that, you know, what we say inside here, you know, is between us. Of course, you know, if there is any type of risk of, you know, self-harm, you know, I will do my due diligence to make sure that you're well taken care of. Okay.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, you know, have you ever thought of any type of, you know, suicide ideations? Have you ever thought about hurting yourself?
Mm-hmm. I mean, a little bit, I think. Just when I get really frustrated and irritated, I'm like, you know what, it'd just be easier to take myself out.
Take yourself out, like killing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as a plan, have you ever
Oh,
said
no,
something?
I don't know. I mean, I'm never gonna do it.
Okay.
But sometimes, you know, I'll just be sitting there and things just aren't going well, and it's been going on like this for ages, and I'm just like, that'd just be easier to just end it all. But I don't think, I mean, it's not, I mean, I still have a lot of support, I still have a lot of good things, so I'm never gonna do it. Yeah, I'm never gonna do it.
That's good that you know that you do have that strong support, you know. You have mentioned, you mentioned you have your in-laws, you have your
Mhm.
wife, you have people that care about you, you know. In the past, have you ever thought about, you know, these suicidal thoughts, or is it just recently?
No, more recent, like within the last year. Before that, no. I mean, things were going cruisy and not too much going wrong. But within the last year, it's just kind of got to me how badly things have gone for me since I moved here, and I'm just frustrated, and I feel like I wasted my time with my degree and all that. So yeah, it's just kind of building up recently. But yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit, you know, what keeps you going? You know, what keeps you passionate about, you know, not wanting to hurt yourself?
Oh, I mean, I don't want to hurt the people that I love, like my wife and my family back home in Australia and everyone back there and my in-laws, and I do have a lot of people that care about me, and I would never think to do that to them, you know, and they kind of keep me grounded somewhat. So.
That's good. Like I mentioned, that's real good that you have that support system. Your family back home, do you keep in contact with them as well?
I mean, I used to a lot more than recently.
Mhm.
I think I've just been like kind of bummed out, and I don't want to talk to them recently. Not that I've got nothing to talk about except for like, you know, that I'm a failure. So I just don't really call. So like maybe once a month, maybe once every 3 weeks. So it's not very often anymore.
Okay. Okay. Well, like I mentioned, as this relationship keeps building upon, you know, other sessions that we have, you know, we'll have, you know, I want to make this interactive. I want to get your input as well as you can hear my input to see, you know, what's going to work best for you. You know, my ultimate goal for you is, you know, to help you get on that right path, you know, to make yourself happy, you know.
Mhm.
Before we end this, please, I would like you to share, you know, what are your strengths? Tell me what you're good at.
Oh man, I mean, I got a law degree. That was pretty tough. So I guess, you know, I'm smart enough. I like to play computer games. I'm pretty good at that. I think before things started going downhill for me, I was pretty friendly and I was able to get along with people and people like being around me. And, yeah.
Okay. That's great. You know, computer skills, you know, social media, everybody's getting into that.
Mhm.
So we can definitely look into options, you know, possibly in that.
Mhm.
Or we can get you maybe even back into the law. We can start you off maybe as, you know, volunteering as a paralegal. You know, I'm sure, you know, you have the framework of the law degree, so, you know, you're very marketable, which is great.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Definitely. So, I'll tell you what, let's go over some things that, you know, we'll have in writing, you know, just so we can know next time you come in, that we'll both work in. So we can, you know, what we'll do is, we'll say that we'll cut down, how about, you know, drinking. Let's cover that issue right there. Let's cover that. You know, instead of, you know, diving in 3, 4, 5 beers, how about you cut it to maybe 1 beer, 2 beers, 12-ounce drinks too. Because you can say, you know, I only had, you know, 1 40-ounce beer, and, you know, it's the equivalent of what you've been drinking right now.
Right.
So how about we do, you know, we take that measure. The other precaution that I would like to do is, you know, whenever you have any type of those, you know, suicidal thoughts, you know, I'm gonna give you my personal number, you know, whenever you need somebody to reach out, you know, I know you have a great support system, your in-laws, your wife, you know, if sometimes you need to talk to anybody else, you know, that's what I'm here for. That's why, you know, you're seeking that one-on-one with me. You can call me anytime, when you're feeling those suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds good. So between now and next time I see you, you want me to cut down to only having 2?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay.
Only 2. Anytime you have any suicidal thoughts, you know, grab a phone. If you don't want to call your in-laws, if you don't want to call your family, if you don't call your wife, you know, talk to myself.
Okay.
You know, call myself. The other thing I want you to do is, you know, come up with a list of what you would like to research, you know, what other job opportunities that you would like to do. And then maybe me and you can go visit some of the places. I can set up some appointments. I do know some people out in the sector that we can visit, and they can tell us a little bit about what their jobs are.
Okay.
Sounds
So,
good.
so what, you want me to do just some research of some places I can go to, or?
Not necessarily research, just think about, you know, what jobs you would like to learn more about. And then from there, we'll go visit some jobs, see what gets you interested,
Alright.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, I think the job thing is the solution to this problem. So, the more we can focus on that, the better.
Perfect.
Alright,
Alright, thank you very much, we'll see you.
thanks a lot. I'll see you next week.